What's going on, gamers? So apparently, David Jaffe, well, he's been a mixed bag lately. There's definitely been some interesting stuff to talk about with him, and a lot of content going on, a lot of drama. But apparently he's played, as you know, he was one of the original guys for God of War back in the days. He had his definitely time in the sun. But yeah, apparently he's played the new God of War, Sons of Sparta. And according to like post on Twitter, because I just ran into this. He does not like it, but he's been having some crazy takes lately too. But let's see what he does have to say on this, because he has history with God of War, so I'm pretty sure his opinion matters to certain people. As we see, his 30K views, so a lot of people are definitely, um, you know, excited to see what he has to say, just in general, drama, you know how it is, all that type of stuff. He has in his thumbnail right here, total crap. I played a little over an hour of the new God of War game, God of War Sons of Sparta. I mean, come on, man. I would at least expect you to go through the whole game, though. Because when people give reviews, it's like, you play through the whole game? It was made, but generic and dull. It was also one of the worst decisions the God of War team has ever made. Its very existence is super confusing and offensive. Now we know that he's been on a tear lately when it comes to stuff, saying stuff like this, and sometimes having takes where it's like, really? But I've seen some people say that they're not really a fan of it either, but they didn't say something like this. I don't know. I love my Metroidvania, so I was thinking about playing it one day, which is why I wanted to look around and see what people thought, and I ran into this. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Let's find out what he thinks right here in this video. Here we go.
Say about this God of War Sons of Sparta game. This is the kind of game I've always wanted in terms of 2.5D God of War, super into it. But this to me is not what I was talking about. I bought this game. It's a $30 game. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. I don't, but I wanted to make a video more about what were they thinking? Like, what the fuck are they thinking? It's not a bad game by any means. It's fine. It controls decently.
Well, he wanted that clickbait in that feed apparently.
I think the UI, continues the trend of Ragnarok, where it's kind of confusing certain systems and stuff that I couldn't quite get my head around what it was trying to tell me to do. I could go into the specifics of the game, but it's to me the more fascinating part about this is why is this in existence? It's like who I just don't understand. I don't understand. And it reminds me of a conversation I had with someone that is no longer at Sony Santa Monica when we were talking about the sequence in God of War Ragnarok that a lot of people complain about, which is where Atreus is going on that long sled walk, whatever, with the girl he likes, and it just goes on and on and on. And I said to this person, I said, why didn't they recognize, didn't focus test tell them that this was boring and they should maybe cut that or truncate it? And they said to me, well, now, and what, this is one person's opinion, but they would know, they were certainly in the know. They said Sony Santa Monica these days is driven mostly or primarily by story. And I'm like, oh my God. In this game, this Sons of Sparta, what I played, which was only about an hour of it, and I'll never go back to it, it's just like, get over yourselves, man. It's like they just kept stopping over and over and having the characters just talk and talk and talk. And the voice acting's not very good. The story, at least what I played, maybe it gets really good. Somebody's like, maybe halfway through the game, you become, the Kratos we know and love from the early games. But who the fuck wants to play? This is not God of War. Like, I mean, I want you to think about this for a minute. I want you to think about the choice this team had and Sony Santa Monica had. The idea of saying, hey, we want a 2.5D Metroidvania God of War game. Most gamers, core gamers, would say, oh my God, yes, please. The idea that it's like, and we don't want it to be the Kratos that you know and love from either 2018's God of War or the Greek trilogy God of War. We want to, fuck it. That character's boring. Nobody likes that Kratos that we've built billions of dollar franchises on. Let's make him just some generic fucking kid.
No, that's what I was just saying. That recent thing. It's like we know Sony does story and narrative. That's their push. But you're going back here before he was like ridiculous like that. So I think this kind of makes sense when he was younger like that. I find it odd that he's kind of summing up though, but he's only played an hour, so it's kind of like, I don't know, man. You might have to play more to learn more because you're trying to learn more about him before that. That's why I would probably go look at somebody that actually finished the game to get their actual analysis rather than somebody who only played an hour, because I think there's a lot more to it than that, obviously. And I may play it one day when it's on sale for like $15 or $10, right? I'm not going to pay 30 for it, but I think that's the IP that they're charging for.
Like we're watching a fucking WB Kids TV show or something. It makes no fucking sense. Like it is probably some fucking bull. If this person was right telling me that Santa Monica is being ruled by story now, it's probably some bullshit writer going, oh, well, I think people want to know why. How did he become this way? And no one cares. It's a dumb idea. It's a dumb idea. What they wanted, I think, is this. They wanted something like Blasphemous, right? In terms of it's violent, it's bloody, it's serious. It is. It has the tone of the early God of War games. Something like Slain. I don't know if you guys have seen Slain. It's gory. It's heavy metal magazine. It's all the inspirations of God of War. When people were saying they wanted a God of War 2.5D game, I'm pretty sure they meant this, and they did not mean fucking this. And who the fuck greenlit this? I don't know.
Okay, if you talk about like Kratos being Kratos, I get what he means. Like I can't argue against that type of concept. I think people would have liked something more epic, more intense, like being able to jump across, smash into the ground. But what I was saying is, like I said before, this was before that happened to him. So I don't know. I haven't looked deeply into this. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about this. But I obviously had to check out this video because when it comes to David Jaffe lately, yeah, it's been a mixed bag. But I know what he means by like, they want it to be epic, badass, and God of War oriented, because you've already built into the minds of people in the past of what God of War is, and this is not what they want. He feels like it's a dumbed down, unnecessary IP, and whoever greenlit it was making a huge mistake.
Who thought this is what the audience wants? I don't know. And forget that fact, although you shouldn't. The production quality is not very good compared to what we got just this last year. If you look at the gameplay variety and just the joy of playing a game like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, if you look at the art and level of detail and just genuine interesting scenarios at a moment-to-moment gameplay level of Neon Inferno, which also came out towards the end of last year, which is just an excellent shooter, by the way. I highly recommend it. If you, of course, look at the production value of Shinobi, the 2D Shinobi look at that thing. People want this production value, and they want this vibe, and they want it to be classic Kratos. They do, maybe a flashback, but I'm sorry, this, if you pulled God of War out of it, and you just said, hey, we're making a game about this kid, most people would say, that doesn't sound like a very compelling idea for a video game character, because it's not. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the gameplay itself is serviceable. It's fine. I didn't really particularly enjoy it too much. Maybe it gets better. I'm sure it does. There's nothing offensive about it. The only thing offensive about it is its genericism, if that's a word. The only thing offensive about it is its inability to respect the license, the brand. It's like It's like you get the John Wick license and you make a movie just about him sitting in a coffee shop and talking. Now that might work because Keanu's so compelling and the character's interesting. But I'm more interested in that. All these little exposés Jason Schreier does. I want to know who at Sony thought this was what people wanted. And I get, by the way, I don't need the big budgets. Like, I would have loved bigger production value, smoother animations, this, that, and the other. But I don't need that, right? But if the gameplay was interesting, if it was violent, if it had personality, if you opened immediately and the players were like, oh my God, I've never thought of that kind of mechanic in a game like this, or this is so fun to do. You could make it super inexpensive, like this seems to be. I can't imagine this costs that much money to make. But why would you even put this out? All it does is leave a bad taste in God of War fans' mouths, in my assumption. You could have done this game, which is a one-man band game. Slain 1, Slain 2, Valfaris, this developer. Go to this guy. Give him, pay for an additional, outsourced 10, 15-man team so he can get more scope, and let this guy fucking do it. Or go to the Blasphemous team and let these guys fucking do it. It really makes me angry.
Okay, so that's why. I mean, I could understand his take by thinking of that historically. Depends on what Sony was trying to push. Like I said, I haven't even looked deep into the game. I don't know why it's like that or not. You guys gonna have to let me know if you played it or not. When I saw the $30 price tag, I'm like, no.
Just because I have a personal connection to the brand and the franchise 20? And all that stuff, but because it's just it shows such a collapse of the great creative executive work that Sony in the past has done. The fact that they would think this is Blasphemous 2, but that they would think this is what people want from God of War, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And even if it turns out halfway through you do become the classic Kratos, sorry. That's a nice twist, but I'm not going to spend $30 and play this fucking game and have to wait around for that on the hope that happens. I mean, that's a little fucking ridiculous. And this is a $30 game. Are you shitting me? When you can get some of those other games I showed you for much, much less money, I would say, based on the hour I've played and everything else I've seen and what else is out there, I would say send Sony a message, which is back the fuck off. Stop fucking around with Kratos. Here's a news flash. We gave you a great character in 2005, and then with 2, and then with 3, and some of the other games. You changed them for 2018. Okay, fine, whatever. I love 2018. Didn't like Ragnarok, love 2018. But you know what? Fuck off. Okay? The character's a great fucking character. Every time you make a new game, you don't have to go, you know what? Let's not go back to the great character that people love that built this franchise. Now let's see him as a little kid. Some generic, boring little fucking kid.
Damn, he's ripping into Sony and just going off. You know, it's the time where they had to blacklist him too, which is kind of funny. It's interesting seeing where he's at compared to back then.
Just insulting to the fans. It's insulting to people who worked on the games. That they would think this character right here is what people want. It's crap. It's dumb. It's stupid. I would say avoid this fucking thing.
So there goes David Jaffe again. As we all know, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about this. Personally, I wasn't that interested in the game, but I thought that it looked, okay. But I don't know how, how Metroidvanias work. As you progress, they get more and more epic and stuff like that. So if you guys have played a lot of it or have beaten it or have gotten very far, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about his opinion. As usual, you guys know what's going on. Keep gaming no matter what game you're on. This is funny and hilarious. Later.